After the Brazilian Grand Prix last weekend, there was a lot of talk about Mercedes' Straightline speed, with Red Bull team boss Christian Horner seemingly implying that Mercedes were cheating. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff, also known as the Prince of Darkness, has said that their car is fully legal and has even sent an email to Michael Massey detailing it. So who's right? Let's go full Inspector Seb mode and have a look at some of the data. So here we have all the speed trap data from Saturday's sprint race, and at first glance it looks like Valtteri Bottas's car is much slower than his teammate Lewis Hamilton. However, it's important to note that Valtteri was actually leading that race from start to finish, so had no DRS and didn't have access to any slipstream. So that data doesn't really tell us much at all. Lewis, as we can see, is easily one of the fastest cars through the speed traps, but he's not that much faster than the other Mercedes-powered cars on the grid. He also had a brand new engine for this weekend, so that explains some of the extra speed. So is it the wing? We know Red Bull were fastest through Sector 2, so they had the most downforce. And if we look at Sergio Perez, he was on average 14 km per hour slower than Lewis on the straights and at the end of Sector 1. The other interesting thing to note about Perez is that he was actually faster than Carlos Sainz on the straights, but just couldn't get past him. This suggests Ferrari might be cheating as well, but that's a matter for another video. So going back to Sergio, he's only about 3 or 4 kilometres faster than Max on the straights. And it's a similar story with other teams. Different setups account for different straight line speed. So what's going on here? Are Mercedes cheating, or are they just using a low downforce setup? The actual facts and figures would suggest there's nothing untoward going on here, and the variations are broadly similar to what we see at other high-speed tracks. At this point, you'd be forgiven for thinking that Christian Horner's claims of 30 km per hour speed difference are just sour grapes. But bear with me for just another minute while I show you exactly what's going on. Time to get technical. I was hoping Alex Albon would be able to run a few tests, but he's too busy in the simulator this week. Probably still trying to get round Turn 4 Austria, bless him. Anyway, here we go to the test rig. Now, I know my grass needs cutting, but I'm hoping Max will cut it this weekend. I'm only about 4,000 miles from Qatar, so should just about be within track limits. You won't get a penalty for that. Apologies for my rudimentary camera mount. Just give me 1 second, I'll get the technical models and we'll get started. So there's the Red Bull model. And Mercedes don't make drinks, so I've got a can of Monster instead. The first thing you'll notice is that the Red Bull is shorter and slightly thinner than the Monster. This isn't so they can rip you off and give you less for your money. It's all to do with aerodynamics. The can was actually designed by Adrian Newey. So with the Red Bull, it all seems pretty normal. But the Mercedes is monstrously fast. When we measured the speeds, the Mercedes was 30 centimetres per second faster, which equates to 30 kilometres per hour. Interestingly, no matter how you measure the speed, it is always 30 kilometres per hour. It's like the speed of light, it's constant. No matter what speed you're doing, the Mercedes will always be 30 kilometres per hour faster. On to the next test. For the low fuel test, we need to empty all of the Red Bull out of the can. If you're trying this at home, do not attempt to drink any of the Red Bull. Not only is it bad for you, it also tastes awful. So with the Red Bull on low fuel and Mercedes on full fuel, you can see exactly what's going on. The Mercedes is heavier, but still a lot faster. This means Mercedes are using the fuel to lower the car down and create less drag. To do this, they're deliberately overfueling the car, more than the 100 kilograms of fuel allowed. Game over, Toto. So there you go, guys. Absolute proof that Mercedes is cheating. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give me a like. If you didn't, I really don't care. All that's left to say is, go Lewis, and up Christian Horner. Cheers. Now that's rank as well. Gunter! Can you grab me a can of Rich Energy?
Shut up.